Good morning everyone and welcome to your Saturday morning tip. Today we're going to be talking about the grip, and I'm going to clear up what a strong grip looks like and when you use it, what a weak grip looks like and when you use it, and what the neutral grip is and grip pressure. Not a lot of people talk about grip pressure. Okay, so the stock standard grip, which is also known as a neutral grip, on your lead hand for right-handed golfers, which would be your left hand, you want to see two knuckles and then the right hand just fits in snugly with that, like so, and the V that's formed between the thumb and forefinger goes up to your kind of nose. It would look a little bit like that. Two knuckles and no spaces or gaps in between your fingers and the grip there. Okay, standard grip right here. Strong grip would be when the knuckles turn away from the target and it looks more like this, where you see three knuckles on the left hand and spaces and gaps on the trail hand. A lot of people get that mixed up. Then a weak grip, which you don't often see unless you see people struggling with their swing, is when you've got almost one knuckle showing in the left hand or the top hand and the right hand well over like this. A lot of people get that mixed up. A lot of people think this is actually a strong grip, but it's not. That's weak. Whenever the knuckles go towards the target, it's weak. Okay? Now why would you change that? Okay, for example, I hit a few of these nasty hooks last week in the Women's Open Championship, and I really need to work on my grip. I've got a relatively strong grip, so I'm going to work on getting that right hand a little bit more on top of the handle, so it prevents that right hand getting a little strong and taking over and closing the club face. When would you use a strong grip? Strong grip is something I'd highly recommend you use if you're teaching your other half how to play. Most players, when they're learning, do better off with a stronger grip, because most people will be hitting the ball to the right when they learn it or when they're beginners. So little tip there for those of you that want to keep domestic blitz: put your other half in a stronger grip, assuming they're hitting the ball more to the right, which for right-handed golfers more often do than not. Okay, hopefully I've cleared that up. Grip pressure, really important and often overlooked. So if you take a club and just kind of take it in your hand like this, outside like this, and then drop it down in between your hands like that, on the scale of 1 to 10, that'd be 1. If you're holding on, you can see the veins in your forearms popping out, that's 10, and you're holding it too strong. Unfortunately, I think that's where I was holding it last week. So then it's harder to release the club face, it's full of tension, and it's just harder to do what you're trying to do. So you want your grip pressure to be around about 3 or 4 for a stock standard shot. Okay, I hope that's cleared up the strong grip versus weak, and Molly will be doing her job and recapping it very nicely for you.
Okay, sports fans, grip is super important. So remember the difference between a weak grip and a strong grip. The weak grip for a right-handed person will have one knuckle showing on that left hand, and the trail hand will be way on top of the handle, with the V between your thumb and forefinger kind of pointing up to your left ear. A strong grip will have 3 to even 4 knuckles showing on your left hand, and the right hand will be more under the handle, with probably a few spaces or gaps showing up. So if you want to hook it a little bit more, let's get that strong grip going. If you're trying to stop a hook, then you might want to weaken your grip off a wee bit. And grip pressure, folks, that's really important. Don't be hanging on to that for dear life. It can really spoil your day, and it's really hard to do what you're trying to do if you create tension at the start of your swing. So remember these key points, super important. Have a good one.